Well, students and parents are making some adjustments this week after a school in Cabell County was forced to switch to remote learning, all because of a mold issue.
Officials at Guyan Elementary School say that safety is a top priority as they are dealing with that cleanup there.
13 News reporter Jordan Meade joins us live. And Jordan, you had a chance to speak with officials and parents today. What are they saying about the temporary change?
Well, Amanda and Pat, this school here is normally filled with students who are laughing, learning in the classroom, playing with one another, and just enjoying school. But this week, the school looks a little bit different as there are no students here or staff members, and cleanup crews are actually trying to fight a mold issue inside of this building. Now, I spoke to a parent today and some school officials who told me that right now, safety is the top priority when getting rid of the mold, even if that means having to readjust. Katrina Rowe has 4 kids who all go to Guyan Elementary School. The school announced over the weekend that classes are switching online Monday through Wednesday because of a mold issue.
We don't go to school on 3 days. We only go for 2 days.
That's what makes it hard bringing online learning in home, because there's so many and you've got to space them out. If you don't space them out, they can't get their education done.
For many parents of young students, remote learning and disruptions in the regular school week comes with challenges.
If you don't have great Wi-Fi, you're not going to be able to get on. So that's the biggest problem around here. And there's a lot of parents that aren't able to afford Wi-Fi in order for their kids to do their online learning.
But Katrina says in a situation like this, it's important that parents understand what's most important: safety.
We had a staff member that said that she had an allergic reaction, and out of an abundance of caution, we just went ahead and went virtual learning so we were going to test all rooms in the building, and we just met with contractors right now.
Deputy Superintendent Josh Boggs says the mold issue in the media center and the music room began because of a humidity issue back in September. The cleanup process could affect air quality in the whole building, so that's why they're taking precautions.
We just want to ensure the community, the staff members and the parents and our students that we want to make sure that this is done correctly, and that any type of cleaning that has to occur and any type of testing, we're going to follow those guidelines and ensure that it is safe before we open back up in person.
The school says they're providing iPads for all students and giving out meals to students over the next few days to ease the burden for parents. And parents like Katrina say while readjusting one schedule is tough, it's important for parents to be patient with the school and their kids.
If you sit and panic, they're going to.
Guyan Elementary School is having cleanup crews on site working to fix the mold issue so that students and staff members can come back to normal in-person classes. And they say once the mold tests negative here at the school, they will let parents know when they can go back to in-person school. Live in Cabell County, Jordan Meade for 13 News.
Talk about the preparation and the results from what we saw with all the storm activity last week. Parents at a Peoria school demanding answers today after mold was found inside that school. This is Terramar Elementary. They're still cleaning up from last week's flooding.
Yeah, today now students are across the street at a church for class while the district conducts more tests on that mold. ABC 15's Angie Holdsworth reports with more rain in the forecast. There are a lot of unknowns here.
Good morning. At least for today and tomorrow, classes will be held here at Christ Church of the Valley. Now, if you look, that's just right across the street from the school. Now, school district officials at this point are really scrambling, trying to find a longer-term solution, something that's very stressful considering that there's more rain forecast. Now, when you look inside the school, the damage has been done to at least 15 different classrooms. Those classrooms all kind of sit along the outer edge there of the school. School district officials tell me that they did do some initial testing that showed negative results for mold. However, there's some parents who are very upset that they said they did some independent lab results and found 7 different types of mold coming from at least 3 different classrooms. School district officials decided to go ahead and move the classes then as they do some additional tests.
I was encouraged because we actually have been asking for that. So that was my whole theme last night, was why were we holding session in the school? Why were we not canceling school and then adding it to the end of the school year? It didn't make any sense why we were exposing children to this environment.
if parents decide to keep their kids at home, those absences will not count against the student. And at this point, school officials say they're trying to look at some other schools within their district where they can hold class for these students if this problem persists. In Peoria, Angie Holdsworth, ABC 15 News.
An asbestos abatement program in the Westmont Hilltop School District has led to other concerns, and school officials say the elementary school was cleared of any asbestos in the building, but instead other classrooms came back positive for mold spores, and now the first day of classes will be delayed. Maria Miller talked with the district superintendent and has more on that. Maria?
School officials explained to me today that the rooms where this mold was found were sealed off for the summer while the rest of the building underwent testing for asbestos. Those results came back negative, but instead that's when the mold was found. The superintendent telling me today that it's unfortunate the discovery came so late, but he's glad it did because tonight was supposed to be kindergarten orientation and he just doesn't want to risk anyone getting sick.
I was told that we probably didn't have any reason to be concerned. However, a couple of random tests proved otherwise.
This is the phone message Adolphine Plummer and all parents in the Westmont Hilltop School District received Thursday morning, letting them know that the elementary school will be starting a little late due to mold found in the building.
I know we have a problem in at least 3 areas where children would be present during a normal school day.
You know, when you find it, especially in this larger quantity, it's been there for a little bit. So, you know, average homes do the same thing.
The district sent out the notice telling parents that tests conducted inside the elementary school came back positive for mold spores in at least 2 areas, the music room and the IU classrooms. The district said it conducted the tests after the building was aired out from summer cleaning and renovations, but still left a musty smell. In the message sent out by phone and posted to the district's website, Superintendent Donald Irwin said in part, regardless of how the additional test results come back, they're going to postpone the start of school for the elementary students until Monday, August 31st, giving them the opportunity to remediate the areas, get additional information on the additional samples, and take necessary action to ensure that no one would be exposed to any hazardous materials. The district also apologized for any hardships the delay may bring to parents, but Plummer says she's just happy the problem was found.
Be thankful they found it now and not later. Before the kids got back into the school building, started breathing any of that into their lungs or anything.
Now, the superintendent tells us that crews will be back inside that building tonight testing, saying those tests will continue until they come back with negative results. For now, again, school will be delayed for elementary students until Monday, August 31st. Reporting live, Maria Miller, 6 News.
Students and staff banned from some classrooms at a high school because of mold, and it's not the first time. ABC Action News reporter Maricela Burgos live in Manatee County with more on what that district is doing to solve this problem. Maricela?
Parents at Lakewood Ranch High School have been notified about this issue that you see right there, mold, and it'll be a little more than 2 weeks before students and staff members can go back into a building. Mold growing on walls and under desks in Building 4 at Lakewood Ranch High School.
Anytime you see a report like that, we want to do the right thing.
So teachers and students have been moved out of the building as a crew of 45 thoroughly clean it, and the building is re-inspected.
They said they relocated the kids to different rooms, so they're not having classes in those buildings with the mold.
Staff moving a Spanish, science, 2 technology classrooms, and all JROTC classes to other buildings on campus.
It was very worrisome, and then when I talked to my daughter, she said she didn't have classes in that building, so I felt better.
District officials say the mold discovered is the lowest form, an allergen.
Anytime we find out that there's any concern whatsoever that may impact the health, safety, and welfare of our students and staff, we want to be completely transparent and move forward on it. And so we did notify everyone as soon as we could.
This is the second time crews have had to remove mold from Building 4. It happened at the beginning of last year, too.
Even though it may have been cleaned the first time, if something else occurs again that leads to that development, then you have to address the issue.
After Building 4 reopens, the district says they are going to hire a company to check every other building on campus. Reporting live, Maricela Burgos, ABC Action News.
Monday, October 3rd, Princeton Primary School fully opened its doors to welcome back teachers and students. This was after administration found mold within the building and shut it down. Cleaning crews came in the following week and cleaned the school and threw out damaged materials. Principal of Princeton Primary, Kelly Stanley, says now that they're back in the building, they want to have the best school year possible for everyone.
We have some things in place to combat some learning loss that may have occurred through the few weeks, even though we were still instructing, to try to catch up. So we have another interventionist, another teacher coming on board to help out, and some other programs in place to kind of help us help some kids that if they did get behind, that we can try to catch them right back up.
Stanley says her team continues to monitor the humidity levels in the school so another mold situation doesn't happen. One first grade teacher, Brandon Bailey, was shocked when the mold was initially found and he heard the school was closing. Bailey says it was critical to get students back into the classroom to learn.
I really value our time together in person. Like I said before, there's no substitute for that kind of instruction. You can only do so much with tablets and stuff, and we've come a long way with technology and things, but still that personal connection with the kids is what makes it matter.
Kanan, one of the school's first graders, says he's ecstatic to be back at school, learning in the classroom with all of his friends.
Because it's a lot of fun. I miss my friends and all that stuff.
Reporting in Mercer County, Anais Simmons, 59 News.